Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, February 8, 2023. Government is introducing regulation to modify the types of child restraint required in private and public passenger vehicles based on a child's age and size. Minister of Transport and Mining Audley Shaw gave the update in a statement to the House of Representatives yesterday. It follows concerns raised by taxi operators as the current regulations to the new Road Traffic Act place the responsibility on the driver of a vehicle to ensure that every child is conveyed in a prescribed child restraint system.
The risk of the inability to access transportation services may exceed the risk associated with travel without using a child restraint system. And in this regard, the rules applicable to public transport vehicles will have to be less stringent than those for private vehicles.
Only children who are of the weight and size to use an adult seatbelt are permitted to travel in the front passenger seat, and where an adult is restraining a child, the adult should not be in the front.
In licensed taxis and buses, children are allowed to travel without restraint, but where a lap belt is available, it should be used. If a child is of the size to use an adult belt, this may be used if available.
The updated regulation specifies that children 0 to 1 year old must be restrained by an adult, while those 1 to 3 years old may travel with no restraint or be restrained by an adult. 3 to 6 years old may travel without restraint or be restrained by an adult or a lap seat belt. 6 to 9 years old may travel without restraint or with a lap belt, and children over 9 years old may travel without restraint with a lap belt or a 3-point seat belt. The new child seat requirements will be added to the 13th schedule of the road traffic regulations. The police are reporting a 31% decline in all major crimes since the start of the year, with murders down by 34% over the corresponding period of 2022. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson provided these statistics at a digital press briefing yesterday. Shootings are down by 26%, rapes by 47%, robberies by 44%, and break-ins 7%. As for murder, he says gang conflicts accounted for 65% of all those committed during the period.
And interpersonal conflicts accounted for 22%, while 3% occurred in the furtherance of other criminal acts, and 10% are still being determined. We note the significant number of murders from interpersonal conflicts impacting police divisions. We renew our appeal to citizens. If you are aware of a domestic dispute or other interpersonal conflict, report it to the police so we can intervene.
To further boost the Jamaica Constabulary Force's crime-fighting capacity, the police commissioner says the administration is targeting the addition of more than 1,200 members to the organization by the end of the financial year. 500 schools are being targeted for restorative justice practices this year as government continues to promote alternative dispute resolution measures among the nation's youth. Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck gave that update as he addressed the Restorative Justice RJ session with Kingston Technical High School students yesterday at the Hope Gardens. He revealed that the target for 2023 is more than double the 232 schools in which restorative justice practices were introduced last year. Education and Youth Minister Favor Williams has endorsed the initiative.
We have to devise all kinds of programs for you to help you in your daily interactions with your peers to understand that disagreements are going to happen as you interact, right? We can't avoid that. It's the only thing you can control is your reaction to the events that are unfolding in the moment.
The move also coincides with a partnership between the Justice Ministry and the churches, where 3,000 congregations are to be sensitized on restorative justice.
Because we think we have a good product, that we are taking it to the schools, to the churches, and to the communities. Restorative justice is God-sent. It is about accepting responsibility, and about forgiveness.
Yesterday's session with Kingston Technical High School students was part of activities to mark Restorative Justice Week. At the close of the session, the students participated in a balloon release where they wrote whatever troubles they may be facing on balloons that were then let go. This was followed by a tour of the Hope Zoo, and the students were gifted with tokens before their departure. In other justice news, the ministry is seeking to move towards a paperless court system this year. Portfolio Minister Delroy Chuck tells JIS News that this will form part of the ministry's continued efforts to improve technology integration and increase the connectivity and internet penetration within the justice system. He says the ministry will be working with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, to help get this done under the Social Justice Programme. In the meantime, Minister Chuck is encouraging Jamaicans to reach out to the ministry for justice services. Any citizen can call 888-JUSTICE to get information. Persons can then use that information to determine if they should go to the Victim Services Division, the Legal Aid Council, or Restorative Justice Section for help. And finally, 3 educators have been named Teacher and Principal of the Year for their outstanding contributions to the education sector. Jody Brown of Maran Bay Primary School is Teacher of the Year, while Gina Mullings of St. Catherine High School is the Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET Teacher of the Year. Dwayne Mulgrave of Discovery Bay High School has been named Principal of the Year. The awards are a joint effort of the Lasco Chin Foundation, the Ministry of Education and Youth, and the Jamaica Teaching Council. Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop praised the teachers for their valiant efforts throughout the COVID-19 pandemic.
I can testify of the fact that for the first time in the history of education, we were able to train over 25,000 educators at the touch of a button. Our teachers were ready. And we had to pivot to what we call virtual instructional leadership. And we pulled on our principals because we had to equip them to lead from a distance. We had to make many changes. But today, we have seeds of opportunities that we can celebrate.
As part of their winnings, the top teachers and principal were given an all-expenses-paid trip to the 2023 Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development ASCD conference in Denver, Colorado, in the United States. Overall, 130 educators were honored for their excellent contributions to the country's educational system. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.